Good evening, and welcome to London Ascending, a vampire venue. Tonight, Laura is, as usual, sitting in her bar, checking up on certain things, making making some making double checking certain things with her dealings, and that's just sitting there. Maybe she'll get a visitor. Who knows?
Yes, apologies to the person who cannot clear their dice because their app is frozen. But this man enters the bar and he looks around. He's wearing like in the picture, like a black suit, black leather gloves. And he looks around. How many people are in the bar? Is it very populated?
There's quite a few mortals, but that is in the front of the bar, the main area. The back rooms, with the rest of the booths, there are very few people, and that's where Laura's sitting.
He's going to make a beeline for Laura.
She'll just get up, just say, "Good evening."
Good evening. He says, and he affixes you with this kind of very, I don't know, it's kind of like a steely gaze. His eyes are very icy blue.
Can I help you?
Oh, how rude of me. I have not introduced myself. And he holds his hand out. Christian Fortescue.
Laura just smiles. And just, Christian, good to finally meet you.
I hope I do not impose on you this evening.
No, not at all.
Good, because there's something urgent that I need to talk to you about in private.
Oh. I believe we can squeeze you in here in private. Come.
He nods.
She goes over to her table. So,
I was thinking more private than this, even.
well, it was a cookie early today.
Because of the utmost importance of the thing I need to tell you. It's got quite direct body language. It's not like Camilla, who's kind of quite polite and passive. This man is obviously quite authoritative. He's got like an air of dominance about him.
Well, normally someone would be concerned with such a directness, but you can highly recommend it. She smiles at that. Just, what place would suffice?
I believe I know somewhere. Not too far from here.
All right.
He takes out his phone and makes a brief phone call.
She packs up a couple of things, Laura, and she doesn't look too comfortable, but she just smiles and will walk with you.
It's not too far away to this place. This hotel room. It's a nice hotel. It's the sort of hotel with suites. Not Claridge's, where Camilla normally uses, is a different one. And they'll go up.
As they enter, Laura will just look at him and just, have you prepared a lot tonight?
Have I prepared? Sorry, I didn't catch that out of character.
Have you prepared a lot tonight?
You could say that.
Hmm.
He
Well,
smiles, sort of like um, knowingly, I suppose.
well, let's have a look. She will go with him.
I enter a suite, um, which has been decked out in a particularly pleasant fashion for an intimate setting, shall we say.
Hmm.
It's got candles lit, but safely in glass jars and away from the area.
Hmm.
But they sort of illuminate the room, which is sort of you can tell the hotel's quite modernistic, whites and creams and that sort of thing. But the room's been sort of more gothically decked out in sort of blacks and reds and that sort of thing.
Hmm. Is this a pleasant surprise?
He closes the door and he just looks at her and just, well, I wanted something to look forward to after the battle was done. I'm sorry about my directness. My blood is heated at the moment.
Is there a particular reason for this?
Combat.
Hmm.
Face to face, he walks to the like a decanter and pours out 2 glasses of blood. Face to face with a fiend.
Ah, I have heard that that can be quite unnerving.
I was not able to. I was not permitted to kill the thing.
Well, sometimes we must just follow the orders we're given.
I wanted to see you anyway. I didn't really have words for explanation. Action. Well, Christian Fortescue is a man of action, not words.
Hmm. Well, perhaps I should say something to you before we start this. I spoke with Dana.
Christian puts the glass down and looks up at you. He
She
sort
was
of
not
runs
best.
his.
She was not best pleased with that bit of news. I do not want to lie to her. I told her that, well, hurting her emotionally, making her feel that way was a lesson, but she didn't really see it that way. But she did say that she wanted to be with me and me alone, and I, likewise, would have to be with her. And I don't know. I agreed to that with her, but she looks at Christian. Let us say that there is a waiting period for me to accept such things. And she just she gets up, drinks, and just goes over to him. If this is to be the last night we can be together for quite some time, I'd say we make the most of it.
During her speech, Christian you see him sort of run his fingers over the mustache. Seems to be some sort of habit. He doesn't exactly look sad. There's no sadness flickering there. He just gives you a kind of understanding nod. And as you approach, Stora approaches. He puts down the glass.
Laura smiles to her, quite genuinely. Just kisses him, and for a couple of moments, she just parts ways and just so. What other plans to the drink and a bit of mood that you plan?
He wraps his arms around her, but sort of where her lower body. You can feel the effects, how the blood has made the physical more potent.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely a tightened, more stronger grip than Camilla normally has.
Hmm.
Well, if this is to be our last evening together, perhaps we could do pleasure first and business later.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm curious. What sort of business do you have in mind? After a night like tonight, I suppose you have cleared up a few things.
There's any more questions? He sort of tenses so that she goes closer.
Mm.
I dare say I will miss the hours of not having questions in my mind. As brief as our encounter was.
Well, let me help you by removing some of those questions. And Laura will begin to kiss him again, and uh, they will begin to uh, proceed with that. And I do believe we can say that some time passes.
Yes, there's a Christian definitely sort of lifts her up. But the last thing before that fade to black is him lifting her.
Mm.
And then some time will pass. And the scene the fade to black will reopen with the flicker of a light of a cigarette, illuminating Christian's face, or rather now Camilla. As you see, the outer was really a guise, a disguise.
So, what more questions? As she cuddles up to her and caresses her a bit, and she just says, "So, what more questions do you have?"
Camilla wraps her arm around Laura and just sits up, smoking the cigarette thoughtfully. She says, "Well, there were less of the things in the chamber than we anticipated, and we captured a fiend. But I know from experience, she will not talk. They live and die by the sword. the same as some of us do. It was just she was saying it was just the start, and then she mentioned the name Luca and her own sire, which leads me to believe that. Well, I know to believe that this is not just any ambitious war pack. This is a pack of elders, a pack of former foes.
Very troubling. Luca, it's not much to go on. And they have moved some things from the chamber.
Yes.
Well, that's lovely.
It appears her task was creating these monstrosities that they use, probably for use elsewhere.
Hmm. Or for creating more. Who knows?
I think they may try and come rescue her, possibly. I think we should have killed her there and then.
Hmm. But the Tremere are capable of some quite extraordinary things sometimes. Government put it past them that they might be able to get information out of them. It's not going to be easy, but it might just be possible for them.
Can I ask you something?
Surely.
Why Dana?
Well, she's a bit of an oxymoron, which I find a bit fascinating. Not only is she a strong woman who acts, well, not like very many women I've seen in my day, but she's also blunt and very, very direct. And she's not prone to lying, which is a rare thing. I know the bourgeois are equivalent to it. I, however, do also believe that in time I might be able to get her to see my way. But,
Camilla just nods. She doesn't look, again, she doesn't particularly look distressed.
but well, for now, I will respect her wish.
Mm.
Mm.
I can respect that.
You can tell that even without rolling a peony, that when Laura says I'll respect her wish for now, there is a bit of like a slight hint of uncertainty, as in I hope I'm able to keep that promise. You can make of that what you want, of course.
Camilla decides not to ask any questions about that because she is quite used to this sort of arrangement by now. Well, we need to have a coterie meeting and we need to set out some serious guidelines about what we're going to do next. I believe that Lauren is getting itchy feet already. He's a man of ambition and action. I think we need to prove ourselves. Make a display. So, in the next couple of nights, I'll hold a coterie meeting and we can discuss it.
superb.
I do hope you won't be restricted from attending coterie meetings.
I won't.
She says with a little bit of acid in her voice. Good. Yeah, there's kind of a long silence. Camilla just draws on the cigarette, and then stubs it out.
Laura seems normal, content as always, and begins to gather her clothing. And she will just say, "Thank you for a wonderful evening. Hopefully, as soon as possible, I will have a good discussion with Dana."
Need not on my account, Laura. If you wish to continue a relationship with this woman, then I will not come between you. I will.
Thank you.
I stand available to you, but it's not. I'm not here to cause petty arguments between the two of you.
I understand. And Laura will just bid farewell and in the way, in the proper manner as you were supposed to. And will leave.
As Camilla waits for Laura to close the door, and she'll sort of turn so that her feet are on the floor. And she looks at herself in the mirror, sort of halfway between Christian and Camilla. And for a moment, the stoic gaze will shatter. As she stares mournfully at herself. And that'll be the moment we end the scene.
Thank you very much for playing and watching.